Krimayo Rudra Sankhyaka. Krimi means krimi, insects. And how many? Rudra Sankhyaka, 11 lakhs. Pakshinam, Pakshi, birds. Dashalakshanam, 10 lakhs. Trimshal Lakshani Pashavaha. Pashavaha means four-legged animal. Trimshal Lakshani means 30 lakhs. And finally, Chatur Lakshani Manushaha, human species, 4 lakhs. So like this, we have 84 lakh species available with us. Now, human species, how 4 lakhs, if you have this question. So one is humans here on this planet. Then on the higher planets, we have all evolved human beings. So like that, and even in Bhuloka, there are different places, where there are different varied types of human beings. So हम लोग उनके सामने कुछ नहीं है. They look very smart, very beautiful, very intelligent. हम लोग कुछ नहीं है उनके सामने. In fact, it is described that even asuras look very beautiful, it seems. There's one incident in Srimad Bhagavatam where Lord manifests his Mohini avatar. Not this one. Yeah, I think Mohini avatar. So there, some other personalities, they come and they're asking, who are you? Are you Devta or are you Asur? They didn't include Manusha in that. Only two options. Option A, Asur, option A, Devta, option B, Asur. So that goes on to say that apna kahin number nahi hai. Yes. But one thing is very clear, that based on the consciousness level of the human beings, are categorized as 4 lakh species. So now, based on whatever activities I have been doing in this life, my next body is going to get decided. Like for example, say the person all the time is just thinking about sex, endeavoring for it. So the material nature will tell, yahi karna hai tujhe. So why you want human form? You become a pigeon, every 3 hours they have sex. Or you become a monkey, every 3 hours they also have sex. So enjoy. If you just want to do that. And someone who is eating meat, is so craving for meat and eating meat. So material nature will say, you want to eat meat? Why you want a human form for that? You can become a lion or tiger or whatever. Yes? Why you want to have a human form? So in this way, based on our current activities, our next body is getting decided. There were sometimes you will see human beings also behaving like dogs and hogs. So you can make out previous life में क्या थे वो लोग. Yes. So anyways, this we had discussed elaborately in level 1. Today's discussion is on the subtle platform. Literally, the topic that we're going to discuss will give goosebumps to us. Because we'll be able to relate entirely for our day-to-day life, whatever we have been doing. Yes, let's begin. Please repeat. Aprarabdha phalam papam Kutam bijan phalonmukham Kramenaiva praliyate Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. Someone read the translation.
There are different stages of permanent reactions to sinful activities to be observed in a sinful life. Sinful reactions may be just waiting to take effect. Reactions may be typically further government, or the reactions may be in a sleep-like state. In any case, all types of sinful reactions are vanquished one after another if a person engages in the devotional service of Lord Vishnu.
Okay. Now, there are some technical terms here, and I'm sure you might have heard. Anyone who takes birth in India will hear all these terms, especially aprarabdha. Prarabdha. Have you heard the word prarabdha? It's my prarabdha. Yes. Once I had gone to one of my relatives' place, and I was very happy at the same time, shocked also. So one child, my relative's son, he was doing a lot of mischief. And my relative was saying, my karma he is. Then I realized, oh, in India, everyone knows the concepts of karma, prarabdha, etc. So, aprarabdha, prarabdha. There are two more terms called kutam bijam. Let's begin one by one. So, here is a chart. So, papa, everyone understands papa? Sinful action. So, whatever sinful actions I do, I'm going to get sinful reactions for the same. Okay. What are sinful actions? You want to name some actions? We'll take one of it and then drive throughout the concept. Was that? Violence. Okay, violence. Like you murder someone. Sinful. And intoxication, alcohol. That's another sinful action. What's the problem with intoxication? Someone can say, no, मेरा पैसा मैं पी रहा हूं मुझे मजा आ रहा है तुझे क्या प्रॉब्लम है आई एम नॉट हार्मिंग एनीवन हाउ कैन वी कॉल इट अ सिंफुल एक्शन इट damages the body whose body this is a rented place हरी बोल भाड़े पे रह रहे हैं हम लोग it's a rented place and who is the owner of this place lord is the owner how do we say lord is the owner he okay he made it because this body is made up of what पंच महाभूत अर्थ वाटर फायर एयर इथर ये हम लोग तो लेके नहीं आए थे कहीं से बिलोंग्स टू लॉर्ड सो लॉर्ड्स बॉडी दिस इज एंड हु गेव अस द राइट टू डिस्ट्रॉय दिस बॉडी राइट सो देयरफॉर इट्स सिंफुल एनी अदर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू गिव आउट सिंफुल एक्शन व्हाट्स दैट गैम्बलिंग पैसों की हेरा फेरी कम टाइम में ज्यादा पैसा वेरी नाइस कलयुग इज सच अ नॉनसेंस आई टेल यू I hope you all are aware about that online robbery that people are doing nowadays. They call and then say that your parcel has come and there is some things which are illegal. We want to verify, and there's something called as digital arrest that they do for many hours, and they extract a lot of money. One of our devotees, they did that, and he didn't have any money in his account. But these people are so clever. What they did, they sanctioned 10 lakhs loan and they transferred it to their own account. And who did that? This person only they made him to do. Oh my God. That's paisa ki hera feri. And what else? So the 4 pillars of sin. First, intoxication. Second, meat eating. Third, gambling. And fourth, illicit sex. Illicit sex means premarital affair or extramarital affair. Now again someone might say, no, अरे भाई तुम लोगों को क्या प्रॉब्लम है लड़की को प्रॉब्लम नहीं मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं इसको लोगों को क्या प्रॉब्लम है What's the answer? What's that? What's that? Okay, it's not according to Shastras. Yes. Logically, if you want to prove. Huh? Kaliyug. Kaliyug ही obviously. नहीं, I'm saying why it is sinful. Premarital affair. मेरी शादी हुई नहीं है. I can just go on with someone. What's the problem? Someone क्यों? Many. I can go on with many people. What's the problem? Huh? Loudly. Disease. Okay, one can get STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. And? Okay, that's also very nice. It's for procreation, but used for one's own sense gratification. And also another very important thing to note, see, with every sexual activity, be it watching something, or be it actually getting involved in some sexual activity, what is going to happen is our consciousness is going to get spoiled. Why we have a conscious body, why we have this consciousness, only for one reason, to do bhakti. And if I'm not able to do bhakti, now that's a problem. That's a problem. I take admission in IIT or IIM, not of India, IIM, yes. And I'm not able to study, or I'm not studying. So I'm not doing justice to what is given to me. Similarly, this human form is given just to do bhakti. But what am I doing? I'm getting into some activity by which my consciousness is getting spoiled and I'm not able to progress on spiritual path. Therefore, it is very sinful. Now, let's begin. So these are the 4 very, very important sinful pillars, and all the other sins we can categorize in these 4. Whatever you can think of, you can easily categorize in these four. Okay. So papam, sinful action. So now whenever I do any pap, immediately I'm going to get sinful reactions for it. So now when those reactions are stored, they are called as aprarabdha. It has not manifested yet. अभी तक मुझे मिला नहीं वो reactions. It's like you deposit some money and it is there in the bank account. Aprarabdha. Remember this analogy. That's called aprarabdha. Now, tell me, aprarabdha is of which lifetime? Past. Which lifetime in the past? One lifetime? Two lifetime? Many lifetimes. We don't know. Because some sinful reactions, they'll manifest only after a very long time. They'll be stored for many lifetimes. Some will manifest instantly. So in this way, in aprarabdha bank, there are a lot of sinful reactions which are pending, which are there. Now, in this life, some of it is already manifested in my life. That's called as prarabdha. So now my question to all of you, what is prarabdha practically in your day-to-day life? So I'm saying, based on those reactions, now this life, many things are fixed. What are things that you feel is fixed, which you cannot change now? Like parents. Do whatever you want, you cannot change your parents. That's fixed. Prarabdha. And kids, huh? Oh, kids. He's saying kids, okay. Before that, spouse, Haribol. Without spouse, how will you get kids? Okay. Okay. Oh, you can change the spouse. Oh, therefore it didn't say spouse. Oh, okay, okay. You all are very extra intelligent. Okay, what else? What you cannot change? Huh? Siblings, yeah. Basically, your family members you cannot change. Correct? Huh? Our past karma has fixed what in this life is the question. Death cannot be changed. Death cannot be changed. That day, the day is fixed. And the best part is, no one in this world knows when is the day of his life. No one knows. But still, everyone feels, "अभी बहुत time है." What time? What time? Yes. Okay. What else? Can you change your body? You cannot. इतना ही रहेगा. कुछ भी कर लो. Say someone is 4 feet and he wants to become 6 feet. कुछ भी कर लो नहीं हो सकता. Yes. And someone is having dark complexion. कितना भी fair and handsome घिस लो. कितना ही powder लगा लो. Nothing much is going to happen. Yes. Now, obviously, through plastic surgery and this and that, some modification is done, but that too, how long and how much? Therefore, this is prarabdha. Body, intelligence that we have, IQ, yes, and then talents that we have. What is that? Body diseases. Okay, body diseases can also be categorized in this. Yes, the diseases that we get. And various other things which are fixed in our life. Those are all called as prarabdha. Is that clear, everyone? अभी उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. हो गया वो manifest हो गया. That's called prarabdha. It's manifested now. Still some quota is remaining. Ah. You cannot do modify much, you see. Little bit you can here and there, but not much. Like for example, say someone is a topper and someone is always failing. Now this person is always failing because he's not able to grasp, not able to remember. He can never come to that platform.
Practice and with time he can able to go. If he study, let's say, 4 hours now, if he spend 8 hours or 10 hours,
But if he doesn't have the grasping power, even if he does for 8 hours, 10 hours, still वो पकड़ ही नहीं पाएगा.
still if he can grasp the we develop the quality.
नहीं वही मैं कह रहा हूँ that these grasping power, skills and talents and all this which are there, that's decided, and with time some of it can be changed, not to a great extent, not to a great extent. Like even our natures for that matter. No, many of us, like today afternoon, I was there in one house program, and I was telling that. So, how many of you get angry? So, one spouse is looking at their other spouse. Yes, wife is looking at husband, husband looking at wife, and kids are looking at parents. So, all of us, we have certain nature, and see, at least this is my experience because I deal with so many people. Changing someone's nature, oh, that's next to impossible. थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है, but you cannot do much. That's fixed. That makes sense? Yeah. So this prarabdha. Okay, now let's get into something which is very dangerous. So whenever I commit any sinful action, reaction तो आ रहा है, deposit हो रहा है. And now in this life I've already got some deposit. अभी जो भी मैं deposit कर रहा हूँ, और थोड़ा थोड़ा इस लाइफ में मिल सकता है, but most of it I'll get in the next life. It's deposited up. But now, as soon as I commit some sinful action, sinful reactions are stored, but along with that, there's something called as kutam that gets situated in our system. That is nothing but sinful disposition or sinful desire. So, sinful tendency, we can put it like that, sinful tendency. Now, I commit a sinful action, and naturally, there is sinful tendency in me. मतलब मैं नहीं करना चाहता हूँ sin, but naturally I get that feeling that I should commit some sin. That's called sinful tendency. And then bijam is the next. Uska next level is bijam. Bijam means specific sinful desire. That's called bijam. Anyone wants to give any example? There is one kutam is general sinful tendency, and bijam is specific sinful tendency. Anything you want to? What is that? Okay, addiction. So, in addiction, how you will talk about sinful tendency? So, I have this general sinful tendency that I want to take something that is forbidden according to Shastra. I want to take in something which will give me some nasha, some intoxication, and then that is kutam. But then specifically, it transforms into bijam, that specific sinful desire. Today, I want to take alcohol, or I want to take drugs, or I want to smoke cigarette. That specific sinful desire. Is that clear to everyone? Yes? One is general sinful tendency, and usme se specific sinful tendency. Now, as soon as there is specific sinful tendency, you know what happens? Because of the specific sinful tendency, I'll commit sin, that specific sin. Now, as soon as I commit sin, what happens? Sinful reaction, sinful tendency. General sinful tendency, then specific sinful tendency. I'll commit that specific sin again, up, sinful reaction, sinful tendency, specific sinful tendency. Again, I'll commit sin. This is called a cycle of addiction. Why is it that people are not able to come out of it? Why? All these drug addicts, alcohol, the drunkards. I know someone from my very distant relative. Well, family members are trying their best to help him to give up alcohol. But he drinks alcohol like anything. His first peg starts in the morning in Brahma Muhurta. I was staying in their house. I got up early to do my chanting. He also got up early. and so I got up. I went to take bath. No, he was ironing his clothes. I said, this morning 4:30, you're ironing your clothes. Where are you going? He said, I have some important meeting. वो clothes iron करके पहन के जाके, he went, he drank alcohol, came back, he slept, had breakfast, again he went, again came back, slept, had lunch, again he went. I was saying, my God, what is this? And you know what? The best part was, when I was speaking to him, He was saying, I want to give up, but I'm not able to give up. Have you heard this from people who are addicted? Yes. I want to give up, but I'm not able to give up. समझ रहे क्यों क्या हो रहा है? See how deep our shastra is. Anyone who understands this concept, oh, that person can answer any questions of his life, and he'll be able to make out that easy stuck like this. Therefore, it's a very, very important point to note that whenever I do any sinful action, immediately one is sinful reactions are stored, and along with that, sinful tendencies gets ingrained in my system. Yes. Therefore, this cycle of addiction is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. There are times when people are put into rehabilitation center. They are good in rehabilitation center, but as soon as they come back to their place, फिर से चालू. Tell me what is the factor rehabilitation center में they're not getting into that addiction, whatever they're into. As soon as they come home, there is some thing that they get involved into. Why?
Association.
Okay, association accepted.
They won't allow.
There they don't allow. Here, even family also they don't allow. But still, somehow they force and somehow go and take. Because see, there are some trigger points. Okay, as soon as person sees something or someone or whatever, that trigger points. And naturally, sinful tendency is already there. Right? Sinful tendency, kutam is already there. As soon as there's a trigger, that gives rise to bijam, specific sinful desire. And then again, the person gets into the same thing again and again and again. ओहो, मतलब एक बार जो फंसा फंसा ही रह गया. Any questions you all want to ask in this? Is it clear? हाँ, वो आएगा आगे. वो आएगा.
Or the tendency will be from this four category only, right? That eating, intoxication.
Even violence. Violence comes in the category of meat eating. So murder and all that will come in the category. That's subtle. Yes. Or harsh speech, all that will come in this category. So वैसा. So whatever sins you can think of, all that can be categorized into these four. वैसा.
Is that a place or equals? I mean,
Where?
no. Like, Buddha, you already deposited.
हाँ.
Let's say that stock is already there. Now desire came in, so he's again doing it. Now this will be addition to that.
Yeah, addition.
It's not equal to. Like
No.
is there.
हाँ.
Because that is doing not. Again that one is there. Now again one more is doing. So it's like two now.
So you can think of there is some wet cement. Okay, I stamp on it, and again I stamp on it, and again I stamp on it, again I stamp on it. What happens? Deeper, deeper, deeper. Yes. You remember in this spiritual retreat, I showed about one statistic about pornography. So in that, person is seeing again and again and again what's happening. There's imprint more and more and more, and finally, even a person who is sane, who is pious, he ends up raping some girl. So many statistics, and that too, teenage boys. I'm talking about teenage boys. Dangerous, sinful tendency goes inside, and now that becomes specific tendency, and person gets into action. Someone raise the hand.
Sometimes, right, when someone you do get into something, I'm saying as an example. Sometimes I heard sometimes it happens a lot because of association. He doesn't do it, but he's
Correct.
put him into it. Now he's not doing it. He gets associated, and he doesn't have this knowledge. Why is that happening? Even though he was not the one that had the desire. Someone else instilled the desire.
But he's a human being. No, he's not a dog. Right? He's a human being. He's not a dog. He's not an animal. Human being means he should have the determination power to distinguish between what is right, what is wrong. See, just a question. Say a person says, "अरे चल यार एक पैग मार के आते हैं आज." Just like that. ना बताइए, उसको पता नहीं है ठीक नहीं है करके, he knows or not, he knows, but still the person is going, he is using his free will to commit some more sin in his life. You see, so unfortunate, na? Therefore association matters a lot, a lot. And it all starts with the talk you keep hearing. You do shravanam first. And then when it goes inside, then you get desires also to do the same. And you never know. We might have committed some sin, no, in the past. Sinful tendency is there. Now what happens is it's buried somewhere from past life or whatever. Now, as soon as there's a talk that is taking place about that particular subject matter, oh, that specific sinful tendency comes out as general sinful tendency comes out as a specific sinful tendency. So in this way, people are stuck in the cycle of addiction. Any other question? I'll take.
In Aparata, so we have also the Punya, right?
Either Keval, we are discussing about sinful thing. Obviously, that's obvious. That's obvious. Obviously, yeah. Means what is fixed, fixed in this life.
This trigger point is also coming on the basis of our character only, like how it will become.
No, need not be. Need not be. Need not be. Based on our choice also. Yes. So say a person decides that a simple example, he is passing through, say, some alcohol shop or say brothel, passing through that, and then he is personally taking interest. He is again and again looking at that. Naturally, what happens? That general sinful tendency will manifest a specific sinful tendency. Yeah? Because that's going to trigger. अभी देखिए ऐसे झलक, I just look at it and then it doesn't matter for me. But again and again I'm looking at it, then it will trigger, no? It will trigger like that.
But if that alcohol shop is not there, so it will not be trigger, right?
Obviously.
How that alcohol shop will be there? Like, is it by controlled by anyone?
No. It's my choice. I decided to stay in Kadu Bisnali. Yes, and Madhuloka is just nearby. While passing through auto, I saw Madhuloka. Go to Madhuloka, then directly to Narkaloka. Yes. किसी और ने हाँ.
Suppose I have a friend, suppose he likes to drink, suppose, and then we do nothing about it. Is there also like he drinks in front of us, but we do nothing about it. Like we don't tell him anything. We don't.
You cannot anyways do anything.
Yeah, suppose we don't give him any suggestion. Like stop drinking. So will that also count as something like karma? Will it get credited into our account as
On a very slight level, not much. But one thing is, if you don't tell, you will also get into it one day. So better we safeguard ourselves by speaking, helping people. Okay, very interesting question. Please listen. So Prabhu is saying he has a friend who is a proper alcoholic, and he asks money to him. So when he is giving money to him, will he get some reaction? It's unanimous yes. Because why? You're supporting the activity. So you'll also get. You will get sinful reaction, sinful tendency will not come. Because you're not committed sin, no? But you'll get sinful reaction. You have to suffer for that. You either supported someone. This we had discussed in level 1. Oh, I think it will come now, not in level 6 people involved in sin. Did we discuss? In level 1? Okay. So again we will see. Okay, so let's move ahead now. Therefore, it's very important that we understand we should lead a very responsible life. See, human life is a very, very important, privileged life. उसमें अगर कीड़ा करेंगे, then कीड़ा ही बनेंगे. You'll have tough time. Therefore, one of the important thing is we have to make sure that we lead a very responsible life. Please repeat. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrida kasya svidhanam. See, in this world, everything belongs to whom? It belongs to Lord. And we have to make sure that everything is owned and controlled by the Lord. What we have to do is, whatever thing is assigned to us, only that much belongs to us. We cannot go and grab something from someone. See, this principle is clear. Our life will be so simple. There will be no court cases only, especially the property cases. People want to just go and usurp someone else's property, just like that. Just like that. Without understanding that this will lead to a very, very sinful destination, they just get into all this nonsense. Therefore, one thing that we need to know is everything belongs to Lord, and I have to use everything in service of the Lord. That is bhakti. And therefore, this is a very important point. Service means as Lord likes, not as we like. Therefore, we need to understand from Shastra what service can I render. It's very funny nowadays. Pitru Paksh, you all know Pitru Paksh?
Yes.
The forefathers, you offer something. I was very shocked to see people are offering beer, cigarette, then chicken, mutton. I was wondering what nonsense is this? Because if you offer Vishnu Prasad to them, they'll get punya and they'll go to higher destination. So I was wondering when they're offering alcohol and meat and all that, where will they go? If they're there in Swarga, they'll go to Narka directly. They will also wonder, suddenly what happened? Suddenly what happened? And we are the cause here. Therefore, it's a very important thing to note that somehow people don't understand what the Shastras say. People want to use their concoction. So when we refer to scriptures, then we understand what can be offered, what cannot be offered, etc., etc. Therefore, it's very important that all of us, we should understand the laws that Lord has created in this world and live by it. And it is meant for our well-being only. It's not that Lord is going to get pleasure out of the laws that we follow. It's for our well-being so that we can improve, we can advance, our consciousness can go higher. Therefore, these are the practical solutions from scriptures. Lord is so merciful that He gives us different levels of practices. The first level, He says, you fully be absorbed in me. Always 24/7. Now someone might say, Krishna, this is too much. My 9 to 6 job, how will I focus on coding? Then Lord is like, okay, chalo, no problem. Okay, you practice to be absorbed in me then. You practice, you keep certain time slot, and in that you practice to absorb, remembering me, like chanting Hare Krishna. Ideally, we should chant 24/7. But okay, I'm not able to do, so I'll chant for 2 hours, 16 rounds. I'll specify a specific slot. And then someone might say, ye bhi bahut mushkil hai. Then Krishna is like, okay, at least work for me. Whatever money you have and whatever possession you have, use in my service. See, now the level of bhakti is going down. Huh? It's not the highest level. Niche chale ja raha hai wo. So benefit also the person will get like that only. He'll not be able to advance fast. Now, someone might say, working for you also is difficult. And Krishna is like, "Arey bhai, work for someone else then. Work for someone. Do something for someone. Don't enjoy all the results by your own self. Do some social service. The social service that is there is the last rock bottom thing. At least ये करो. अगर नहीं कर पा रहे भक्ति, at least ये करो. So these are different grades of things that Krishna is giving. But the topmost one is the first one. 24/7, always person is executing devotional service. Second best is have certain slots and do your sadhana in that to remember the Lord. So here we come to 4 pillars of sin. Now someone might ask, where is it given? 4 pillars of sin. Here is the shloka. Please repeat. अभ्यर्थितस्तदा तस्मै स्थानानि कलये ददौ द्यूतं पानं स्त्रिया सूना यत्र धर्मश्चतुर्विधः yatra adharma chaturvidah, 4 types of adharma. What are those? And here we have the description. Dyutam panam striya suna. Dyutam is gambling, panam intoxication, striya illicit connection, illicit sex, and suna is meat eating. So here are the 4 pillars of sin which are given to us, and therefore it's very important that we be very careful of these 4. Very careful. See, anyone who is practicing bhakti and he wants to advance in bhakti, he should be very careful of not committing sin. Okay, what will happen? I'm doing bhakti and I'm committing sin also. What will happen? What is that?
Both simple activity and both plus and minus will be.
Okay.
You are only doing simple activity. You will get a more.
You'll get more. You'll be beaten black and blue more. पता है तुझे फिर भी कर रहा है, मारो इसको. और कौन मारेगा? यमदूत. जब आएंगे ना यमदूत निकालने के लिए इस देह से, इतना पीटेंगे. पता तो फिर भी. You went for Saturday evening session, you heard and still you did. Sat. Yes. So knowingly when someone does any sinful activity, that is called a greater sin. तो अभी कोई बोलेगा अरे यार क्यों रजिस्टर किया मैंने, ओहो फालतू में आ गया मैं सैटरडे इवनिंग, और पता नहीं होता तो अच्छा था ना. So does that mean that I don't know and I commit sin, so I'll be excused? और पिटाई होगी. मनुष्य जन्म क्यों मिला था? कुत्ते से जीने के लिए. मारो इसको. Therefore it's very important to note human form is given, and with this human form we get a lot of responsibility also. It's a privilege to get a human form. Because in this human form you can break the cycle of birth and death and escape. But along with privilege comes responsibility. Very important point to note. Now someone might act smart, because human beings are very smart, you see. Just because they have a smartphone, they think they are smart. Human beings are very smart. Someone might say, see, I didn't kill the animal. I just ate. I didn't kill. That butcher killed. I didn't kill. And here it's about animal slaughter. So how do you justify this? Shastras are very clear. Not one person is involved in sin. 6 people are involved in sin. These are the 6 people. First, the person who gives permission for killing. Second, the person who kills. The person who helps. The person who goes and does shopping. Purchase the meat. One who cooks and the one who eats. All 6 of them, they all get equal division of sin. See, therefore I always say, Lord is so smart, He has already given everything. He knows very well in Kali Yuga, over smart people will come and they'll try to escape by saying, no, I didn't do, He did it. But Lord knows very well, and He has given this entire list. And surely, any sin that is committed will fall in either of this category. If we are there in vicinity, will fall in either of this category. Like that Prabhu was asking, if I give money to my friend, which point does this? Third point, the person who helps. Yes, see. That's the person who helps. As simple as that. Therefore, we cannot be over smart. So now, whenever I commit sin, and also I'm doing bhakti, so what is happening, I'm trying to lit fire on the wood, that's bhakti, and I pour water on it, that's papa. Again, I'm trying to lit Again, I'm pouring water. Kabhi jalega aag? Never. The person will not be able to progress on the path of bhakti. Therefore, I always say, take help of superior mentors, spiritual mentors, put a full stop to all the sinful activities. Put a full stop. Finish it off. बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्कस कर लिया लग रहा है आज हम लोग. So many details. A few more details we'll discuss, before we wrap up for today. Just a minute. So now one point, going back to that shloka, or going back to that diagram, the addiction, de-addiction cycle, or addiction cycle. Now the person is completely stuck. Completely stuck. And there's only one solution. Only when he does bhakti intensely, all that diagram, whatever was there in the diagram, all that will get burnt. First thing to get burnt is, let's go back to the diagram. The first thing that will get burnt is aprarabdha. It will get burnt completely. The second thing that will get burnt is kotam. Then bijam. And for those who are very intense in their bhakti, even prarabdha also gets burnt. The one that is fixed in this life, that also is burnt. Can you imagine? Bhakti is so powerful. Therefore, one thing always you remember, it doesn't matter how sinful you are or how sinful was your past. How many sinful tendencies you have doesn't matter. What matters now is how intensely are you practicing bhakti. Therefore, I have been telling again and again कि एक माला पे अटके मत रहो. Go ahead, chant 4 rounds, 8 rounds. More you do intense bhakti, more all the sinful tendencies will go away. See, aprarabdha going away. Can you make out aprarabdha is gone? Will you be able to make out? Stock is cleared? Very difficult. We cannot. But what you can actually make out is the sinful tendencies. So now say sinful tendencies are gone. You can safely conclude aprarabdha is also gone. Safely conclude. You see? Therefore, it's very important that we do bhakti very nicely. Very, very important. And especially in the Kali Yuga, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very, very important. Because Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like fire. And that fire can burn all this that you can see on the screen. And live example is Srila Prabhupada when he went to West. बताइए मुझे, all those people who were into drugs all the time, how is it that in few days they were out? They didn't go to rehabilitation center. They came to Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave them Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They chanted intensely. Some people chanted full day. They're out of it. Out. Here is a practical proof how sinful tendencies can completely go away from the system if someone takes up bhakti very intensely. In fact, I can share my own personal experience. From 2010, I have been practicing. And I can see that transformation that has taken place in my own self. And I can easily make out that whatever tendencies were there before, now I don't see them existing to a very great extent. And therefore, I'm able to speak confidently that this works. This process works. It's not something theoretical. It works. During Prabhupada, case study was there. And now we ourselves can become a case study for ourselves to see that how the process works. The only thing is, we shouldn't get back to it again. You put full stop, done. Don't go back again. And completely practice devotional service, and all these sinful tendencies will go away. Make sense, everyone? This is the way the person can break the cycle of addiction. This is the only way. There's no other way to break the cycle of addiction. कुछ भी कर लो, कितना भी मेडिसिन खा लो, कितना भी रिहैबिलिटेशन सेंटर चले जाओ, whatever it is, if it is not cured from within, if the tendency is not removed, the person will again get back to the same cycle. Maybe after some time, it might be days, weeks, or years, you never know, but he will come back. Very unfortunate this is. Okay, any questions till now? I'll,
Let's say I don't eat non-vegetarian meat. Like in my house, everybody has. Like, this. I don't eat at all. At all.
Okay, I would request the audience to please help him. Okay, what do you all say?
Get away from that place.
No, I
He's a
don't eat.
student.
I don't like eating also.
Since you're not involved in any of it, so it's okay.
And also like one doubting my mom, right? She's like at this month or this time I won't eat. But the next month is like it's okay and, and she eats. So like what exactly is
No, that is just Indian stupidity. Yeah. I remember even I used to eat meat. Let me be very frank. This was before 2010. My entire family is vegetarian, pure vegetarian. I got spoiled with the association of my friends. So at that time, I used to hear, today is Tuesday. And something like, today is Friday. Today is Saturday. Sunday, chutti, we can take. No problem. We can eat whatever we want. So it's all stupidity that is there because people feel that Lord is not watching on Sunday. It's chutti. But the piety in India is so great that people know very well. आज जन्माष्टमी है, आज नहीं खाना है, आज उपवास करना है, आज एकादशी है, नहीं खाना है, आज संकष्टी है, नहीं खाना है. Oh, this month of Kartik is very auspicious. In this month, we shouldn't eat. Yes. So in India, it's there in blood, you know. We know Shastra, it's there in blood. Sometimes people argue, what is problem in meat eating? Really, there is no problem? Then why you have these days and months and this and that? Why? Why on Deepavali day when Lakshmi Puja is going on, why you don't cook meat and eat? Everyone knows, everyone in India who are pious, they know very well it is wrong. But क्या करे? ये जिह्वा, this tongue, yes, it wants to taste something spicy and something nice. So that goes on to say that so and so person is dharmic. I mean, has that dharmic tendency, but due to association or whatever, they have been fooled. कोई कोई बोलता रहेगा ना इस मंथ में ठीक है इस मंथ में other months are okay you can eat this month you should be careful something like that. Obviously you can, but normally parents don't hear to kids. Therefore I don't speak to my parents about all this. I speak normal as a child. I don't preach to them. Only sometimes heavily I preach, and most of the time I'm
It is said that the Prarabdha which was born before you can't be managed. Which has come after you can be managed, but which has born before you can't be managed. Like if you have murdered a person and he has taken birth before you, तो according to that, अगर उसको आपका लिखा है कि उसका वो आपका दोबारा मर्डर करेगा आपको, but we can't change that. That's by any mean or deed. हाँ, अगर if he has gone after that, तो ये क्या ये सत्य है पूरी तरह.
See, one is that prarabdha before and after is not before and after. You know, with birth we carry everything. Basically, he might have taken birth, but with my birth I carry my prarabdha. Yes. And to be frank, prarabdha cannot be changed by anything. नहीं change नहीं कर सकते उसको. There's only one way that is given in Shastra. Only one way. That is intense bhakti. ऐसा इंटेंसिटी की अप्रारब्ध निकल जाए, कूटम बीजम सब निकल जाए, फिर प्रारब्ध निकलेगा. लास्ट में निकलता है प्रारब्ध. Prarabdha will not leave first. Say I'm destined to be suffering by some disease, deadly disease. It will not just go away, just like that. So it will go in sequence. Prarabdha will go, then Kutam, then Bijam, then Prarabdha. Yes. Therefore, intensity or intense bhakti is the only solution. There is no other way. As you rightly said, there is no other way. Yes. Only intense bhakti. Intense bhakti has a way to modify even that Prarabdha. Say murder wala jo bole, that also can be modified. Even for that matter, the death date can also be modified if the bhakti is done properly, intensely. Yes. Anyways, devotees don't desire, but then we have cases in ISKCON where we have these great souls, Prabhupada's disciples now. So according to the astrological chart, he was supposed to have left his body 10 years back, but he's still living. And when devotee spoke, so that devotee was saying that, see, so much of service remaining. I bargained with Krishna and I'm remaining here for some more time. Even that can be modified. Can you imagine the power of bhakti? Very great, very great. But intensity भी वैसा होना चाहिए. एक माला करके intensely हो गया. Your intensity also should be like that. See, I'm telling you, if you do proper bhakti and you're able to see these changes, no, itna confidence आएगा भक्ति में, itna confidence, you'll go and preach to everyone around. You're able to see change, in yourself. Therefore, I always say that as soon as something is spoken in the class, try to implement immediately. Don't delay. किसको पता कितना life हमारा कितना छोटा है? Yes, we don't know how small our life is. So better we implement immediately. So now the question comes. So now when I'm practicing bhakti, does it depend on my past karma? In the past, I've done some punya or I've done some papa. Based on that, this life's bhakti will be decided? Eh? Okay, papa and punya are on which platform? Material, spiritual? Material. Bhakti is on? How papa, punya can affect bhakti? It cannot. It cannot. Therefore, sometimes people say कि इसने बहुत पुण्य किया रहेगा पिछले जन्म में, इसलिए अभी भक्ति कर पा रहे हैं. नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. इसने पिछले जन्म में भी भक्ति किया था, इसलिए अभी भक्ति कर पा रहा है. Here is a shloka. Please repeat. नेहा विक्रम नाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Translation, someone read.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
See, if all of us today we are sitting on a Saturday evening, what's the date today? December 14th. And we're discussing on such a deep topic. Are you all able to understand whatever I spoke till now? And in that you're able to understand also. There's a proof that it's not this life we have started practicing bhakti. Anyone who starts in this life, he cannot understand these subject matters. Not possible. We have started long time back in some lifetime, but we are so foolish, we didn't complete. Bhakti path is very straight. बट अपना प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ऐसे स्ट्रेट चलते चलते ऐसे पानी पूरी के स्टॉल पर जाकर थोड़ा पानी पूरी खा के. सो व्हेन वी टेक अ डिटोर doing something nonsense, it takes many lifetimes again to come back sometimes. Yes, or it takes a lot. So my question is, अभी चालू किया तो खत्म क्यों नहीं कर रहे हम लोग? What is this? In fact, all of us, including me, people assembled in this hall, from many lifetimes we have been practicing. Therefore, today, when we are discussing such complicated subject matters, even previous session we had complicated subject matter, still we are able to grasp, understand, and then I'm sure all of you might be deciding also कि मुझे और अच्छे से भक्ति करना चाहिए. Even I want to experience this. How all this is happening? Why only you people? There were some 200 plus people who registered for this program in Janmashtami. They all paid some 200 rupees or whatever. They are not here. No, I can see only these, some 35 people sitting. Very important to note from there. Say I left my spiritual life at 11. In this life, I'll start from 12. And it goes on and on and on like that. Therefore, it's very important that we shouldn't leave it somewhere in between. अभी someone might say, some intelligent person, प्रभु जी देखिए अभी मुझे लगता है उन्होंने already बहुत भक्ति कर लिया. So I'll give up now. Next life, anyways, you're saying we'll start from there. So I'll leave at 10 points. Next life, I'll start from 11 points. Tell me, is it proper or not proper? He'll surely start at 11 point. I'll tell you. I can give him writing. He leaves at 10. Next life, he'll start from 11. But what is the problem in this? What problem do you see?
Guarantee that he'll
ए, एक
start-
एक करके बोले, सुना ही नहीं दे रहा है मुझे. हाँ.
guarantee that he'll start in the next life and what the next life is.
No, I'm guaranteeing. Next life will get human form, and you're left it at 10, so you'll start from 11. I'm guaranteeing. From Shastra. Huh.
So we have to suffer. We might get some diseases. So we cannot continue also.
Someone wants to add to his point, he's very close.
Means he
Will get added.
What is that?
No
New?
guarantee to complete. There's no guarantee to complete on next life also.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can get into sinful actions. Okay. अरे रुकिए, वो तब से बोलने का प्रयास कर रहा है. हाँ, बोलिए ब्रो.
New seeds of karma, उसके action, उसके added होते हैं.
Okay, they'll get added. No, obviously will not attain Lord. See, all of you sitting here, आपका body काम कर रहा है सब लोग का? हाँ, दिखाई दे रहा है? हाँ, how many? Yeah. See, all the body parts of ours are working. We have some nice set of family members whom we have got in this life. मॉनिटरी स्टेटस उतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. 3 वक्त खाना मिल रहा है आप लोग को? नहीं मिल रहा है तो मेरे पास आइए, मैं खिलाऊंगा. We don't have those chronic diseases now in the body. Now, I leave at point 10. इसका मतलब ये है कि मेरा प्रारब्ध अभी, सॉरी, अप्रारब्ध इज नॉट गॉन. नो, आई हैव नॉट डन इंटेंस भक्ति, स्टॉक में है अभी भी. सो नाउ इन नेक्स्ट लाइफ टेल मी, व्हाट इज द गारंटी that I'll not get some deadly disease right from birth because of that aprarabdha that is there in my quota. I'll give you an example now itself. In another center of ours, youth center again. So there one boy was coming for our programs. So he has taken birth in a devotee family. You understand devotee family मतलब क्या? मतलब बचपन से प्रसाद, बचपन से is coming to ISKCON temple. Right from childhood, he knows about Hare Krishna Mahamantra and all this. But you know what has happened with him? Somehow, he has inclination. He wants to practice bhakti. He wants to do more. But he's not able to chant more than 4-5 rounds. You know why? He has got a very difficult to comprehend disease. You know what is that? So now when you're looking at me, are you able to look on the sides also when you're looking at me? Yes, you know the person sitting besides and what color shirt he's wearing. You're able to look up also. ऐसे ऊपर मत देखिए रिवल, straight देखते हुए. Are you able to see up also? Down as well? Yes. This boy's problem is, for him, when he's looking straight, it's dark like this. Dark. So now only thing that he can see is what is there in front. So he was saying, when I'm looking at front, the problem is that when I walk, I stumble upon something and many times he's fractured his leg. Now he has to look down and walk. If he looks down and walk, he'll bang on someone. My God, look at this. This is right from childhood problem. Another case study, if you want, I'll give you. I was invited in one's home for lunch. Very nice devotee. And he had told me that he had introduced his son. And I thought he has only one son. I went to their home. And then I was sitting on the sofa. I was talking to him. His wife gets one person on the wheelchair. And that devotee introduced saying, he is my elder son. She is my elder daughter. Sorry. She is my elder daughter. And she was so hefty. She's sitting on the wheelchair. And you know what? Every day she chants 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Every day. She likes to go to temple. She loves to hear katha. But now the problem is, she likes to go to temple. She has inclination. She might have left at 10. She's starting at 11. Therefore, she has inclination. But now the problem is, the father was saying, Prabhuji, the temple is on the 2nd floor. She's so hefty, taking wheelchair, taking to 2nd floor and all. Sometimes we take her to temple, not every time. So I was getting goosebumps and I was hearing that, my God. If she has inclination, she likes to do bhakti, everything is there, but some karma, some aprarabdha bomb has manifested as prarabdha in that life, and now she's not able to practice bhakti the way we are able to do. She can never dance in her life. To kirtans, she can never dance in kirtans. She can never individually walk towards the Lord when they go to the temple and look at the Lord. Someone has to carry. Therefore, you stop at 10 point, you want to start at 11th point, but the problem is which aprarabdha is going to manifest as prarabdha And what body we're going to get, what is going to happen, we never know. Okay, just think about it. You have inclination, but you've got a body of transgender. Possible, no? Whatever, we don't know what sin we have done in the past. Possible. Just imagine what life we'll have. How will, because no one cares for them, right? We don't have a forum where they'll be taken care and this and that or whatever. And no, and when they come to temple, others will not come to temple. So naturally they don't come to temple. So difficult. So difficult. And guess what? All of us sitting here, we are so fortunate. Now we have got firstly a working body, in that to a male body. You can talk to any female. They have to undergo so many problems with their body. So many problems. अपना तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है. क्या टेंशन है? No, this body, no tension with the male body. And a person can go deep in devotional service. Therefore, I always say, don't take chance. Now is the time. Everything is set. Let's complete the race. We cannot take chance now. Always remember this today's, especially this part of session which I gave. Very, very important point. Finally, the last few points which I have sharing. So when we do devotional service, so here is the shloka. Buddhi yukto jahati hai ube sukruta dushkrute tasmad yoga yujjasva yoga karma kaushalam. By doing bhakti, aprarabdha is removed completely. That's the point. Both papa and punya are removed. Be it aprarabdha or prarabdha, but prarabdha will be removed at a very later stage when your bhakti is very intense. Very important point. So we have discussed on all these different points a very important thing. Here it says that when a person has practiced bhakti and he dies, next life, he naturally gets attracted towards bhakti. And he makes a determination to progress on the path of bhakti. Like all of us, we are naturally liking it. So we are sitting here and hearing. We like to chant, we like to hear, we like to do seva. So that again goes on to say, हम भक्त थे लेकिन छोड़ दिया बीच में. We were going as a straight and then नहीं थोड़ा सा मजा करके आते. And again now we have come back. And you never know, फिर से. And again, अरे कब तक चलेगा ये? कब तक चलेगा? Yes. So therefore, the only point that we can take from today's session is we have to become very, very intense in our bhakti. And we will see ourselves how much we'll relish from within when we experience all these different things I said. सोचिए ना अपने आप में सोचिए, when all your sinful tendencies are gone, अच्छा लगेगा कि नहीं? बस चीटिंग करने का मन नहीं है. You don't have cheating tendency, you don't have lying tendency, you don't have tendency to have illicit sex or intoxication or whatever. Life will be so blissful. Life will be so blissful. Okay, any questions? How many of you have questions? Raise your hands. 4. ठीक.
Like if sinful tendency are decreasing, so can we say that aprarabdha is gone?
नहीं. पूरा जाने के बाद बोल सकते हैं कि पूरा गया है. If complete sinful tendency is gone, then I can say complete aprarabdha is gone.
How like if sinful tendency come after aprarabdha? It should come before.
अभी शास्त्र में ऐसे दिया है, अभी उसमें चेंज नहीं कर सकते अपन. I'll suggest Vyasdev next time लिखते time. Shivam Prabhu has told, so please change. No, because aprarabdha is there in stock. अभी तक उसे वो छुआ नहीं है. Therefore, first that is removed. That's very simple to remove because that's not manifested yet in any ways. So that is simple to remove. Next one is general sinful tendency is simple to remove. Because sinful tendency general है लेकिन उससे थोड़ा complex is specific sinful tendency. And the most complex is the prarabdha that is already manifested. Therefore, that's the sequence.
If general removed by the specific one is more complex, like it is a part of general will check. It should be gone.
No, it need not be. It need not be. Any example you all want to give? General tendency gone, but still specific tendency is there. No examples? हाँ हाँ इंटॉक्स उसमें कैसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे?
Some people are there who are born in a family where no one is intoxicated. They don't drink or smoke, and they are very pious. But when he goes to a friend's group, he suddenly becomes attracted towards it.
Okay, specific tendency.
Specific.
Okay, specific. ठीक है. One thing is when specific tendencies like so general tendency of sinning is not there. Various sins, whatever is there. But one specific thing which I'm not able to give up, I'm stuck to that. That's the point. So, like for example, intoxication ले लीजिए, वही discussion चल रहा है. So just say alcohol. I'm just addicted to that. Now I'm addicted to that. But in general, that sinful tendency is not there of doing something to someone or going crazy, by having various high level of intoxicants or whatever. But this one specific thing is there. But this is also very logical, as you're saying. So the general tendency is removed. The specific tendency will also go away. Yes, but it will take little time. But वो तुरंत चला जाएगा. Little time and it will go away. Because that makes a lot of sense. But general tendency is removed, but still specifically I'm doing something still now. That goes on to say कि थोड़ा सा time और बचा है. It's still remaining a little bit. But it will go away because general tendency is gone. Anything?
Like we say, we know having good karma and bad karma both are bad. So that does that mean that we should not do charity purposes? When we're doing work like that, we are getting good karma, and that's going to put us back.
Let's distribute prasad. No. We give food to needy. Instead of that, offer that food to Krishna and give them prasad. So we'll get spiritual punya. They'll get spiritual punya. Win-win. Material punya will not get. He'll also not get material punya. So
Doing good karma in that way, we will get good Krishna.
that's not good karma anymore now. That's bhakti. So you use your innovation to transform a good karma into bhakti. And it's very easy to do that. It's good. It's already good. According to Shastra, you just transform it into bhakti. Like that. Anyways, I'm giving charity to some place. Instead, I give charity to temple. Anyways, I have the tendency to give. Let me give to temple. That's bhakti. Ah.
So, our ancestors, the first generation of humans, like when they had discovered fire, they had nothing to eat.
No. This is not accepted. Today morning, I gave a class on this. Today morning only, no? There's nothing called as evolution. There's scientific concoction. Yes. Because the first entity who was created in this world is Brahma. He's the most intelligent person. But devolution has taken place. And now we are dumb people sitting. He's the most intelligent one. ये पहले स्टोन एज था और फिर स्टोन का वो व्हील बनाए उसके बाद लकड़ी का व्हील बनाए क्या मतलब पहले हम मंकी थे अभी ह्यूमन बीइंग हो गए लेकिन फिर भी मंकी जैसा बिहेव करते हैं व्हाट इज So according to Shastra, it's very clear. All the living entities were created at the same time. And there's a logic to this also. Because I have such certain tendencies, such body should be available, no? So that I can be put into that. Like that. और एक किसी ने हाथ उठाया था?
If I'm not helping more, suppose help for one of my friends for good reason. So he uses that money for that reason, which I met to know after a few months. Is I'm strict sinful.
What do you all say? Audience. All merciless people sitting here. All merciless. Yeah. Maybe not to that extent, but surely you'll get something. Maybe not to that extent where you directly go and help. But since your hard-earned money is used and you have given, it will be. Therefore, we should be very careful. Very careful. This material world is very dangerous. Padam padam yet vibana. Every step there is danger. Yeah. You are asking, what is that?
Like someone is performing bhakti, okay, intensely, and like some someone is performing a thing at this time and he just goes out and he met with the accident, he died. So it is his past karma or
हाँ करेक्ट, प्रारब्ध,
prarabdha.
प्रारब्ध, यस. इसलिए तो मैं कहता हूँ अब भी इंटेंस हो जाना चाहिए, इतना इंटेंस कि प्रारब्ध भी चेंज हो जाए. दैट्स प्रारब्ध, करेक्ट. आई एम हैप्पी दैट यू पीपल हैव अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट. दिमाग है आप लोग में, प्रारब्ध है आप लोग का, ठीक. यस.
Is there any way to tally? I mean, we are progressing.
See, one of the अभी आप लोग के लेवल पे the most easiest way where you can understand you're progressing or not is your consistency in practicing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting on beats, attending these sessions, doing service, reading Gita. How much consistent you are. If you're consistent, it means you're progressing. If you're ऊपर नीचे चल रहा है, it means you're not progressing. You're stuck somewhere. So you should be consistent. Then it means you're progressing. At your level, that's the parameter. That's the litmus test.
And is there any other factor to check, like how Prabhupada is gone?
What is that?
How Prabhupada is gone now?
मतलब
Shastra.
through this we can make out that is when the sinful tendency is gone completely, then we can say our prarabdha is gone completely.
So same yes, kind of. So let's say in my family no one is coming. So I am giving the money to them. They are buying the groceries to make that money with me now. They are eating. So then also I feel getting.
What do you all say, merciless people?
How I have to avoid. Like I cannot say that like even there is one reason. Now I can intend to you know but how don't you?
No, you try our best to convince. Try our best to convince. Good is you're not involved, yes, but still reactions will come. See, I'm a sadhu. I cannot lie. So I'll tell bluntly that we'll get some reactions. Therefore, we should convince people. See, especially all of you who are going to get married, be very careful that you marry a girl, who understands all this. Yes, it shouldn't happen that you marry a very sinful girl. Oh, by the way, this is also there. Huh? When the husband does something good, say spiritual activity, wife shares the 100% with him. But when the wife does something sinful, husband shares 100% from her. If the husband does something sinful, that will not go to wife. If she does something good, that will not come to husband. But if she does something sinful, that will come to husband. Is that clear? Yes. Because that's the rule of subordinate and authority. Everywhere. Even guru disciple also same thing. Husband wife also same thing. Parents and kids also same thing. Wherever you have authority subordinate relationship, this will take place. ठीक है, अभी आज के लिए आई थिंक बहुत चर्निंग कर लिए. लग रहा है कि नहीं लेवल 2? हाँ लग रहा है. लेवल 1 तो एकदम मजे में आप लोग बैठते थे. हाँ बोलिए ब्रो, हम सुनते हैं, बोलिए. आप बोलते रहिए, हम सुनते रहेंगे. बट यहाँ हम बोलेंगे और आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. दैट्स लेवल 2. ठीक है, so let's do mantra meditation. So maybe without beads we will do. Close your eyes. Everyone with your eyes closed, sit straight. It's a very deep topic today we had, karma in depth. And it's very clear that only when we do intense bhakti, aprarabdha, kutam, bijam, and prarabdha in sequence will be destroyed. And another very important thing that we discussed is we were devotees in the past, but we have not completed the race. We have not done intense bhakti. We have done some stupidity of leaving it in between. So now this chanting that we're going to do will help us to go more deeper in bhakti and help us to get that inspiration to attain the ultimate destination. So try your best to focus on the holy name, not just now, every time when you chant. And pray to the Lord that He blesses you with consistency in your practice. So let's try our best for next 10 minutes. Understanding the importance of sitting in a temple with all wonderful, spiritually like-minded people. Let's try our best to focus on the holy name. Just chant and hear, chant and hear. No need to do anything else, no imagination, nothing is needed. Let's begin. Please repeat. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yes, everyone, for next 10 minutes, let's chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.